Have you ever wondered why we carve pumpkins and wear costumes on Halloween? Is it just about spooky ghosts and getting candy? Well, there's a beautiful story hidden behind the tricks and treats. A story of light, gratitude, and a little bit of magic. Let's travel to the cozy village of Willow Hollow and discover it together. In Willow Hollow, the air smelled like cinnamon and apples, and every window shimmered with the warm glow of candlelight. A curious girl named Luna loved Halloween more than anything. The costumes, the laughter, the glowing lanterns, it was all so magical. But this year, as she looked at the smiling pumpkins on her doorstep, she couldn't help but wonder, why do we even celebrate Halloween? Who started it all? That night, just as the clock chimed 8 and a big orange moon climbed into the sky, a gentle wind whispered through her open window. "Follow the light, Luna," it seemed to say. Luna, wrapped in her favorite purple cloak, felt a pull she couldn't ignore. She stepped outside and saw something amazing, a trail of pumpkins, floating in the air like little golden balloons, leading her toward the ancient oak tree at the edge of the village. Hesitantly, she reached out and touched the tree's rough bark. The moment her fingers made contact, a soft whoosh filled the air, and the world around her shimmered and dissolved into a swirl of colors. When her vision cleared, she wasn't in Willow Hollow anymore. She was standing in a vast, golden field under a sky sprinkled with more stars than she had ever seen. Before her stood a kind, translucent figure wearing a crown of autumn leaves and holding a glowing lantern. He wasn't scary at all. His smile was warm and welcoming. "Hello, Luna," the ghost said, his voice like rustling leaves. "Don't be afraid. I'm Jack, the spirit of the harvest. You wanted to know the story of Halloween, and I'm here to show you." Luna's eyes widened. The spirit of the harvest? But what does that have to do with Halloween? Jack chuckled softly. Everything, long, long ago, before it was called Halloween, people celebrated this very night as Samhain. It was a special time that marked the end of the harvest, the end of the old year, and the beginning of the new one. "So, Halloween is about new beginnings?" Luna asked, completely mesmerized. Jack nodded, his lantern casting a gentle glow on her face. "Exactly. It was a time for families to gather, to thank the earth for the food it had given them, and to light bonfires and lanterns. They believed the veil between our world and the spirit world was thinnest on this night. So they lit the way to guide friendly spirits of their ancestors home for a visit." Suddenly, as if on cue, the air around them filled with tiny, dancing lights. They weren't fireflies, they were brighter, more vibrant. They swirled and twirled, forming the shapes of smiling, glowing spirits. They weren't spooky, they were joyful, and looked like friendly, floating stars. They danced around Luna, and as they did, she saw shimmering scenes from the past play out before her eyes. She saw villagers sharing big feasts, laughing and singing around crackling bonfires. She saw children, not with pumpkins, but with carved turnips, their funny faces lit from within. And she saw families wearing simple masks made of animal skins and woven straw. So that's where costumes came from, Luna exclaimed, laughing as she twirled with the light spirits. Jack smiled warmly. Yes, they wore masks, not just to hide, but to playfully scare away any bad dreams or unwelcome spirits. It was a way to face the darkness with courage and fun, to remind everyone that even in the shadows, you can find laughter and community. Then, the harvest spirit held out his hands. In them rested a small, round pumpkin, smooth and uncut. "Do you know why we make these glow?" he asked Luna. She shook her head, watching intently. Jack gently traced his finger across the pumpkin's surface. As he did, a smiling, cheerful face appeared, and a warm, golden light began to glow from inside, as if by magic. "This," Jack said, holding up the glowing gourd, "is the jack-o'-lantern. It was born from a story about keeping hope alive. Long ago, people placed lanterns like this at their doors to welcome goodness, to light the way for friends and family, and to keep the darkness and worries of the long winter away." Luna's face lit up with understanding. "So every pumpkin we carve is like a little wish for light and happiness." "Precisely," Jack affirmed. "It's a symbol of our own inner light, shining out into the world." The gentle wind swirled around them once more, and just as quickly as she had left, Luna found herself back in Willow Hollow. But everything looked different now. It was as if Jack's magic had followed her home. The pumpkins on every porch seemed to blink and smile. The paper ghosts hanging from trees giggled in the breeze, and the big orange moon seemed to be smiling down on the whole village. The streets were filled with a parade of children in their costumes, witches with sparkling wands, friendly dragons, and graceful fairies, and each one seemed to glow with a soft, inner light, like living lanterns. Jack's voice echoed softly in the air, a gentle whisper only she could hear. "Remember, Luna, Halloween is not about fear. It's about celebrating joy, imagination, and community. It's about keeping the light alive when the nights grow long." With a newfound spring in her step, Luna joined the parade, her own small lantern shining brighter than ever. As she walked with her friends, she told them the amazing story she had learned, how Halloween began not with scares, but with thankfulness, courage, and a whole lot of fun. When she finally returned home, her cheeks rosy from the cool night air, she placed her glowing pumpkin on her windowsill. It shone so warmly that it seemed the stars themselves were winking back at it. Her parents greeted her with a hug. "Did you have fun tonight, sweetie?" her mum asked. Luna smiled, a deep, knowing smile. "More than fun," she replied. "I found the story inside the night, and outside, as the village settled down, the wind whispered one last time through the autumn leaves, 'Happy Halloween, little lightkeep.'" All through Willow Hollow, the pumpkins flickered, the leaves danced, and every heart glowed with the true magic of the season. Friendship, laughter, and the beautiful history that connects us all. So the next time you see a jack-o'-lantern smiling in the dark, remember Luna's story. Halloween isn't just about being spooky. It's about sharing light, joy, and gratitude for all the good things in our lives. Thanks so much for watching and sharing this story with me. If you enjoyed our little trip to Willow Hollow, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more magical tales. Happy Halloween, everyone!